Don't know why it's not showing me. Hang on one second, folks. There we go. Okay, StreamYard. That was interesting. Howdy ho, good neighbors. What's going on? It's Phil Russert, Philbo Publishing. I'm a small publisher, but we have a good loyal following, so you guys might be interested in the cool news that we're going to be discussing here. I just want to wait for a few seconds for other people to come in, but who's with us today? Christopher Elston, what's going on, man? How are you? Christopher is a filmmaker, comic producer, etc. He has a great book called Rabbit's Badass Song, along with his wife Chastity. And he's also a filmmaker, and he's going to have a short film coming out soon, which is awesome, a horror film. And man is very talented. So go check him out. /Delirium. You can check them out. Hey, Rally, what's going on? It's nice to see DM Ray. It's nice to see you guys coming out. Thanks. You're going to want to hear the news. It's very good. It's very cool. We're going to go over and talk about a few things. It's going to start off sounding like something that's negative, but it's not. As much as, I love comics and I love writing them and I love producing them, at the end of the day, it is a business, and you have to look at your business model and what's working, what's not working. Are you going forward? Are you growing? Are you stagnant? Are you going backwards? And it's been interesting. Tragedy, as you know, is my flagship title. And the first Kickstarter I did came out of the gate, out of nowhere, and we did 10,000, and I was floored. I was just grateful and happy, and I appreciate everybody. And we had, I think, 212 backers. About 4 months later, we put out Tragedy number 2, and we upped it another $100, $10,120 something, and we upped the backers to 220. So we got 8 more backers, which is great because usually Kickstarters tend to lose like 11% of their backers from the time before, and it's a matter of what you can gain in new backers from there, especially with an issue number 1. A lot of people collect number 1s and they move on. Issue 3, we go up. That was a $17,000 campaign that wound up finishing just under 13 because of a lot of cancellations in the last week, which happens. But we had 269 backers, and we were at just under 13,000. And things were just rolling along, and we were going up, and we were progressing, and it was exciting, and it was great, and fantastic. The next Kickstarter went down to 7,900, and we went down to 190 backers. So, all right, sometimes campaigns do that, no big deal. The next one went to 8,500, and we had about 194 backers. So we stayed around that area. Then we did the trade paperback, and that did over 10,000. Did $10,349. We had 134 backers, and that was great because if you know the industry, as much as you would think everybody loves a collected trade, it's true. But on crowdfunding, it's hard to do a trade paperback because you're not getting most of your fans back because they've got the first 5 issues, right? So they, to go buy the trade after they had the 5 issues doesn't happen with a lot of people. So that was a very successful campaign. And we look like we're getting back on track. And Tragedy 6 is live now. We have 115 backers and 24 hours to go, and we're at $3,425. So we went backwards greatly. And there's a lot of things you can look at to contribute to that. The economy is tough right now. There's an oversaturation on Kickstarter, although I was just looking, Tom Hutchison, who follows the analytics very closely, had said that this month actually had a lower amount than it has in a long time, like 270 something. So that's interesting to know. But we're also in a pool of a lot of our backers are other creators that are struggling and trying to do the same thing, etc. I also think, as I've said before, that the demographic I think has shifted. Hey, Kenny, has shifted on Kickstarter for comic books. I think it's gone more towards a collector market now. And the reason why I say that is I look at all the other campaigns that I've been watching, Carissa Grant's and a bunch of others that have quality books, and they do very well. Even big names that I won't mention that I'm friends with, their campaigns have been less. But at the same time, people are going more for foil covers, NSFW, swag, plushies, etc. So I think the demographic has changed a bit on crowdfunding. And I think it was inevitable because crowdfunding really isn't meant to be distribution. It's meant to be a starter, a jump starter, right? A Kickstarter, get your project going. So having said that, I have to look and analyze what's going on. Now, a question that you do have to honestly ask yourself is, well, maybe it's just the book isn't that good and people just aren't interested anymore. And that would probably be the easy answer. But the truth is, tragedy sells very well at conventions. And we've sold over 10,000 issues of the first 5 issues for tragedy. To be honest with you, I lost track after a while, but I know we were over 10,000 total. And it's gotten reviewed well by everyone who reads it, and it's reviewed well by professionals in the industry, you know, Chuck Dixon, Peter David, Howard Mackey. So I honestly don't, and maybe I'm biased, I'm the creator, but I don't think it's the quality of the book or the story that's the issue. I think it's just marketing is always about hitting your demographic and being in the right place, right? And I just don't think crowdfunding is the right place. So having said that, this current tragedy campaign will be the last crowdfunded campaign for the ongoing series Tragedy. Now, you hear that and you say, are you quitting Tragedy? No. Tragedy is an ongoing series, and I'm not quitting, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. We will be using crowdfunding, though, for some Tragedy villain one-shots, for the dynamics to continue, whether to continue some of the other projects that I have, Arcane Syndicate, which is coming in the fall. So we will still be crowdfunding through Philbo. But as you know, Tragedy is my flagship title. It is my most popular title. It's been my very most lucrative title. And we have done very well with Tragedy, to be honest with you. Prior to this campaign, we've done very well, considering I'm a small publisher coming out of nowhere in the 3 years we've been doing this. So I'm very grateful, by the way, to all the fans and everything. Having said that, if you've been following Tragedy this long, I am not dropping the ball on you. You're not going to be left hanging. I'm not going to stop it. What we are going to be doing coming 2025 is Tragedy will be a monthly title with a $4.99 retail. Now, you may ask, how are you going to do that? I will get into that later. Unfortunately, I have to leave you hanging with that because I can't get into the details at the moment, but we will be monthly distributed, and it'll be a $4.99 retail. And again, looking at the changes, hey, Joe, looking at the market, right? I just feel that readership is less on crowdfunding and more out there, right? Distribution. So I'm making a big, hard shift, and we will be monthly next year. And I also think that part of the problem is, you have to charge $15 going on Kickstarter, right? Well, who wants to spend $15 to read a book that maybe is new, they don't know it, take a chance on it, when they could spend that $15 and get 3 Batman books or 3 X-Men books, etc. So, price point is an issue as well. And I've lowered the price on Tragedy, which is also contributing to my lower goal. Also, with the economy being hard, a lot of people have done PDFs. Over 33% of my backers have done PDFs. Now, you may say, yeah, but PDFs are great because there's no overhead, there's no print cost, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but my PDFs are $6. The book is $15. And the printing is just under $3. So I'm actually losing money by not doing the physical because I tried to keep the PDF cost low because I don't have the print overhead, and I wanted to make it affordable for people. So having said that, the story will continue. I just finished writing issue 30, and we have stories easily already that'll get me through issue 75, and there's more to come. And when I'm done telling the story and there's nothing left to say, like Kirkman did with Invincible, I will end it. But it's an ongoing series that's going to be going for a while. And Tragedy is going to be monthly, $4.99. And yes, we are going to start back at number 1 when we go to distribution. But for those of you who, I'm not trying to make redundant sales to people who've already backed the Kickstarter, but they will be new first printings because they will have the barcode, and we will be readjusting covers, etc., because there'll be ratio variants etc. So for collectors, it might be interesting to you to get those first printings. But I just wanted to say that Kickstarter has been very kind to me, and the backers and fans have been awesome. I don't like to use the word fans, actually, because I'm your fan. You're supporting me. And we have a good, consistent 100 to 120 or 30 that are always coming in and buying Tragedy. And I know you all. I know your names. I appreciate you. Even some of you, because I'm always printing up the labels and stuff, I know you. I even kind of know what you like. I know who likes the foils, who likes the virgins, who goes for Steph Wilson covers. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you greatly. We will continue. I will continue working with some of the greatest indie talent, and I will continue working with some of the greatest mainstream talent. As you know, we have the Mark Bagley cover live now. We have some other big names that will be doing covers, and we will go. Yeah, look, this could be a fluke, right? Tom Hutchison put up a post today, and it was inspiring. And Tom is he's seasoned. He's been doing this for a long time. He has successful campaigns, so take his words with consideration. And he says, you got to stick it out, and I don't disagree. This is not me bailing out. This is me making a marketing shift. Because, again, the whole idea is to reach your demographic. And the statistics are saying that I'm not reaching my demographic right now on Kickstarter for Tragedy. So having said that, I'm excited. I cannot answer right now the situation, but I promise you it is definitely going to happen. That Tragedy is going to be a monthly, and you're going to see it in a lot of places. It's funny that you asked that, Tessa. I'm not necessarily doing one-shot annuals, but I have 5 villain one-shots that I'm going to be doing, and those will be crowdfunded. But Tragedy is no longer going to be crowdfunded. Like I said, it will be monthly starting next year, $4.99 retail, and we're going to be everywhere. So what I'm going to say to you all is I'll give you more information as we move on, but I wanted to make that announcement. I'm very excited. I've been working very hard behind the scenes. It's funny because I had people say to me, why are you getting Will Spertasio and Mark Bagley and all these big names in Marvel and DC that nobody cares about in the indie scene? Because I have been planning things for a while. I'm always trying to think of round 6 when I'm in round 1, but focused at round 1. Hey, Carissa, how are you? So that's why ratio variants are a key right now. They're a key component to sales. It is what it is. So I've amassed, between the indie covers I have from some amazing people to the big name covers, over 6 issues, I have over 60 covers. This has been an investment for me from day one. And Philbo Publishing, our goal is to be taken seriously as a publisher. And a publisher that appreciates creator-owned projects, a publisher that appreciates storytelling, and a publisher that supports, not competes. That's not me knocking anybody else's business model or anything. I'm just telling you what our goal is. I love the comic medium. Got me through a tough childhood, and I think it's going through a shift right now. I think it's going through a change. And some of the change is good. Some of it I don't think is good. I think it's a mixture of both. Do I think comics are dying? No, of course not. They're not going to die. I've had people say, well, they'll go all digital. No, they won't, because there are too many people that will be out of business, like grading companies will be out of business. Bagging and boardings will be out of business. Comic boxes, if they went all digital, it would actually cripple a large section of the comic community. And I don't think those companies are going to back that anyway. So I don't think it's going all digital. I think it'll be a supplemental thing. And I certainly don't think comics are dying, but I do think they're shifting. They're changing. Things are changing, and soon enough, we're going to see big changes. I've had people say they think Marvel and DC are going to license out their characters and pretty much just break everything apart. That is possible. I've heard a lot of speculation about that. I don't know. IDW seems to be kind of rocky. They're doing very well with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but they did lose some big licensing properties, etc. They still have Star Trek though. And then, you're hearing rumblings about the smaller publishers that are having issues. So I'm a strong believer in be at the right place in the right time. And how do you do that? Just always be there. Right? You look at someone like Carissa Grant. She's putting out a campaign every other month. She's always there. She's got the hustle. She networks. She knows she's putting the work in, and it's showing, and that's great. And we need more of that, for the indie community. And we have to hit the right market. And Philbo Publishing feels that Tragedy is not hitting the right market at this point on crowdfunding as far as her ongoing title. Doing an ongoing on Kickstarter is difficult. You're facing scheduling, right? I mean, to put one out every 3 or 4 months, it's hard to continue like that. And if I were to do it every other month like Carissa, that is a good model. I think what she's doing is great, but I might as well just have figured out a way to go monthly. We will be monthly in comic stores. We will be $4.99 retail. We will have ratio variants. And we are going to restructure my website. I'm not happy with the website. Fortunately, as a small publisher, as you know, we're on a budget, and I did the best I could to put a nice website together. But I think we could step it up and make a better website. And this is going to be an exciting 2025. And like I said, I think changes are coming in the industry, and I want to be on top of it. I want to be a part of it, and I want to be there. So that's it. That's the news, guys. Tragedy. This is the last Kickstarter campaign, but the story goes on. And like I said, just finished issue 30. I have stories in my head and written down that'll last through 75 issues easy, and I'll have more to tell after that. And we're excited. Philbo Publishing, this isn't a hobby for me. It's a dream. And thanks to the 115 backers right now and the hundreds of backers in previous campaigns and the hundreds of people at conventions and the thousands of issues that I've sold, I've been living it, but not to the degree I'd like. I'm hungry. I want this. But I want it because I want to share my stories. I'm not doing this to get a Netflix deal. I'm not doing this to be rich and famous. I don't want to be Todd McFarlane. I just want to live a modest, humble life, creating good stories that people can enjoy and relate to, and maybe takes you away from your life for a little while. So if you haven't tried Philbo Comics, I'd ask you to check it out. The campaign is live right now with 23 hours to go. And we'd love for you to be a part of that last campaign. But again, you will get to see what happens. You will continue the story. We will continue the story. You're not going to be, we're not dropping the ball, we're not doing that. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me mentioning you, Cyrus. Cyrus, he goes by Cyrus Purveyor on Facebook. Cyrus had never done a Kickstarter before. I never bought any books. And him and I, we would interact on Facebook, as many of us do. And on Free Comic Book Day, I always offer a free digital PDF of any single issue I have for you to sample, right? It's my contribution to Free Comic Book Day. And Cyrus asked for one of the horror stories out of Diary of Dread that I wrote. And he instantly loved it, which I'm grateful for. Thank you, Cyrus. And he messaged me, and he was really emphatically in love with the writing and the story, and he didn't see the twist coming, and he enjoyed it. And that means the world to me. It really does. To put your heart out there with a story, just like any artist puts their art out there with the piece of art, right? It's a sense of vulnerability. And when someone comes out there and they show the love and appreciation and that they got it, they understood it, it means the world to you. It's really uplifting. So thank you, Cyrus. And he immediately went on my website and picked up the first 4 issues of Tragedy, and then he backed this campaign. And he's a fan now and of Tragedy, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Cyrus. I appreciate that. I really do. And I was his first Kickstarter campaign, and I'm proud of that. And I'm sorry that it's my last for Tragedy. But again, her story is going to continue, and I'm very excited about it. You get through the first 5 issues, and you're establishing the world, you're establishing the characters, and it's already gotten great reviews. Just wait, it's getting higher octane. Things are moving. It's just getting better as we develop characters, and the world is bigger, and more villains come in. And I'm a kid in a candy shop on the one end, but I have to be a businessman on the other end. And I have to put away the candy shop when I'm looking at these numbers and how we've gone backwards on Kickstarter. And I'm a 51-year-old guy. I'll be 52 soon. I don't have this game to play forever, So you got to make the moves, bold moves when you can. And I've been working at this for a while now. And that's it. Yeah, I promise you, you will. Not only will you be able to get it, you will not be waiting months for the next issue and all my campaigns to, pop up. Monthly, you can go in your local store, pick it up. When the time comes, I will make the announcement. I will more in depth, and I will ask for a call to arms. Tell your stores to order it. Tell them that they need this book, that you buy it. Anyway, that's the most I'm going to divulge right now. I can talk more later, but we're very excited. I'm very excited, and there's a handful of people who know what's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, thank you to everyone who has gotten me this far so far. Thank you to everyone who's taken a chance on my books. I know you work hard for your money, and you probably work at a job you really don't like. And for you to come out and spend that money, whether it's an hour's worth of your work or half hour or whatever, to buy my book, I'm greatly, humbly appreciative. Very serious about that. I really am. I grew up with not much of a support system, not much of anything. So this isn't an act. I'm sincerely humbled and appreciative of everyone who spends even $1 on my books. And I really hope you enjoy them. I hope you feel they're worth your investment. And if you haven't jumped on yet, I know I have to build your trust. But trust starts with a leap of faith on your end. Even if it's just a PDF, buy something. Buy a PDF, try it out, see what you think. There was another person, Eric Lovato, who is very picky about comics. He's an artist, by the way, a very talented artist. And I offered him a free PDF of Tragedy, see what he would say. And he came back to me and he loved it. I mean, I could show you the comments. I think I posted actually, and he loved it. And he thought it was fantastic. And he thought the setup was great. And he loved how I cliffhangered the issue. And he's a fan as well. So it's promising to me, and we had gone in comic stores and consignment, and the way we always, people try to do in the indie world. And most stores, we sold 10 to 19 issues. And most of the time it was between a Thursday and a Tuesday. It wasn't even on a Wednesday. But again, when you're not putting out a monthly, the books get buried after a while because the comic stores need to put out monthly stuff, to move inventory and stuff. So it kind of gets shelved and it gets disappeared. And then 3 months later, I get a Kickstarter and I put it out. It's kind of like starting over again. So I'm very confident once we get into stores monthly that we can pick up some momentum, get a reader base that's loyal, and grow from there. And that is the plan. That's always been the plan. And we're going to make it work. So anyway, if you would like to jump on this last campaign, you're not going to be disappointed in what you read, and you're not going to be left high and dry and not know what happens. If anything, come next year, you're going to get more of it on a monthly basis where you're not waiting and forgetting what the last issue was. You'll get to read it as soon as it comes in, and maybe it's part of your pull list on a Wednesday and something you look forward to every month. As someone who started reading comics at 9, that'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome. So I also want to just mention Adelson Reese. Is that how you pronounce your last name, buddy? I'm sorry. Has been doing some artwork for Tragedy that has been just phenomenal. And Adelson, I actually want to talk to you about that recent Jesse cover you did. Jesse art you did. I want it to be a cover. But Adelson has been, he read it and he loved it too. And he's been just doing art after art after art and just beautiful artwork that you really need to check out. I'm going to do a post of all the work he's done this week. Victor Moya, what's going on? Victor's, by the way, everybody drop your links to whatever you're doing. If you're an artist, a writer, you have a Kickstarter live right now. I always support the community. Please drop your links. Don't feel you can't. Heartbeat, very excited for sure. Thank you, man. Thank you, Adelson. Yeah, this is exciting news, and I'm looking forward to it. This is what I tell people. I'm okay with fighting, giving it my best, and if my best just wasn't good enough and I lose, I can live with that, right? I gave it my best, and now that's all you can do in life. What I'll never accept is telling me I don't have a right to be in the ring and fight. Don't gatekeep me and tell me I don't deserve a chance to fight. I'm not asking for a handout. Just let me fight. Don't keep me out of the ring. I'm not a bystander. I'm not watching a damn thing. And now I'm getting in a ring, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to claw, and I'm going to scrape, and I'm going to take the punches, and I'm going to throw a few. But you know what? I really feel there's a fight I can win. I think so. And there is gatekeeping, and I know people will deny that, but there is. And again, we don't have to say that as a form of negativity. Gatekeeping just simply means there are people that are calling the shots. For example, New York Comic-Con, they have to approve you to get in, right? That's a form of gatekeeping. It may be a reasonable form of gatekeeping because it can't have everybody in, but it's still a form of gatekeeping. Publishers gatekeep. Is it understandable? Yes, because they're putting in an investment, and it needs to be an investment that they feel will give them a return. I understand. Distribution gatekeeps. Not sure why. I don't see what their investment risk is, but they do. Diamond gatekeeps, Luna gatekeeps, and you keep trying, and maybe you break through and you get a contract with them, and you finally get distribution. But you got to work hard for it. Maybe you don't. But I do think there's a shift in the industry coming, and I'd like to be a part of it in a positive way. Adelson, you've been doing amazing work. Listen, everybody should go check out his page and look at what he's doing for Tragedy. If you're looking to hire an artist, please go check him out. He's got a good heart. He's professional. He's honest. He communicates well, and he's talented. And he did everything soup to nuts, pencils, inks, and colors. And again, we'll be doing a post. But go check out his page. And I was going to mention that next. And as you know, I publish other people's IPs as well. And Guido Martinez from Argentina has an excellent book that's been reviewed very well, Night. And issue 6 is going to launch soon and in August. And we have the sign-up link already. So please go sign up for that. I am going to do a post. And check that out. Victor. Hell yeah, you put out great books just in front of more eyes will allow everyone to see it. Yeah, I agree, Victor. I mean, the feedback has been tremendous. It's just a matter of reaching the right people and more people. And with it being an ongoing, it is tough because publishers don't want to pick it up, which I really want to do this myself anyway. I always have wanted to be my own publisher for this. It just seems weird to me for me to get comps of my book from a publisher. It just I don't know. It seems weird to me. I just didn't want to do it. I don't get comps. It's my book. Victor's also very talented. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be working with him. I want him to do covers for me. He's amazing as a penciler and an inker. And you really should check out Victor's work. Again, everybody, Tragedy 6, we've got 23 hours left of the campaign. I'm just going to show it real quick. I'm not going to go through the page. I'm just going to show the trailer. And I ask you to just go take a look and give it a shot because I really, really feel you'll like it. It is not just another superhero book. It really isn't. It's not. But If you don't mind, I'm just going to show you this real quick because I think you're going to enjoy it. All right. And I want to thank Let's Do This for this amazing trailer. Let me know if the audio is not working. There you go. We're live right now. 23 hours left, guys. 115 backers, $2,425. As I said, this is a huge drop-off from what it normally does. Not complaining, just making a business observation, and we are shifting. We will be monthly going next year, and the price will be $4.99, not $15. Jump on now. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great ride. You don't want to miss out. And again, I've got Madcaps from DM Ray, which we're about to fulfill that campaign if you like D&D Fantasy, and that Kickstarter will be coming soon. We've got Night by Guido Martinez, which is an amazing mix of urban superhero and fantasy, and with a great allegory of finding your true self, by the way. And great action, great art, both of them. Professional level books, or I wouldn't be publishing them. And we've got other titles coming. Light Warriors, Apollo. We even have a manga coming. It's going to be great. So anyway, that's about it. I've dragged this out long enough, but I was just very excited, and I wish I could divulge more, but that's about it. I hope you join this campaign, be a part of our last campaign, and celebrate with us, because bigger and better is coming to Philbo Publishing. And we can't do it without you. And remember, I love to hire artists. I hire editors. I hire letterers. I hire inkers. I hire pencilers. I hire logo designers. I spend a lot of money doing this because I want a professional product. When you support me, you're supporting all the people that I hire. And I try to do my best to hire everyone that I can. As many as you see, I do a lot of covers. We all want to live our dream and find happiness and find our place, right? Let's do it together. Philbo Publishing, monthly, Tragedy, 2025. See you on the flip side, guys. I will leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.